Chinese smartphone giant, Xiaomi, taking on Tesla. Thailand moves to legalize same-sex marriage. Mumbai overtakes Beijing to become Asia's billionaire capital. Yellen says China treating the global economy as dumping ground. Alan Titchmarsh's genes blurred by North Korean TV censors. Titanic door prop that kept Rose alive sells for $718,750.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Friday, March 29th, and here are your top stories. Chinese smartphone maker Xiaomi is set to launch its first electric vehicle and begin taking orders on Thursday. Its chief executive Lei Jun said this week that the Speed Ultra 7 would be priced below 500,000 yuan. The move will see the technology giant taking on rivals like Tesla and BYD. Xiaomi's entry into the electric car market comes as sales growth has slowed globally, triggering a price war. The firm is hoping that the SU7's shared operating system with its phones, laptops, and other devices will appeal to existing customers.
Xiaomi is the third largest seller of smartphones worldwide with a market share of about 12%, according to research firm Counterpoint. The SU7, which Xiaomi has been teasing since last year, has drawn comparisons to Porsche's Taycan and Panamera sports car models. It will be made by a unit of state-owned car manufacturer BAIC Group at a plant in Beijing that can produce as many as 200,000 vehicles a year. While getting this far is itself quite an achievement, the ultimate achievement would be to demonstrate that there is a consumer market for Xiaomi as a smart EVs brand, Bill Russo of Automobility told the BBC. In an indication of the challenges facing technology firms who want to make electric cars, iPhone maker Apple last month reportedly canceled its plans to build an EV.
Thailand has taken a historic step closer to marriage equality after the lower house passed a bill giving legal recognition to same-sex marriage. It still needs approval from the Senate and royal endorsement to become law, but it is widely expected to happen by the end of 2024, making Thailand the only Southeast Asian country to recognize same-sex unions. It will cement Thailand's reputation as a relative haven for LGBTQ couples in a region where such attitudes are rare. The new law, which was passed by 400 out of 415 of lawmakers present, will describe marriage as a partnership between two individuals instead of between a man and woman.
And it will give LGBTQ+ couples equal rights to get marital tax savings, to inherit property, and to give medical treatment consent for partners who are incapacitated. Under the law, married same-sex couples can also adopt children. However, the lower house did not adopt the committee's suggestion to use the term parents instead of fathers and mothers. Thailand already has laws that ban discrimination over gender identity and sexual orientation and is, therefore, seen as one of Asia's most LGBTQ+ friendly nations. But it has taken many years of campaigning for same-sex couples to come this close to marriage equality. Past attempts to legalize same-sex marriage failed despite broad public support. A government survey late last year showed that 96.6% of those polled were in favor of the bill.
Mumbai is now the Asian capital with the most number of billionaires, according to the Huron Research Institute's Global Rich List. This is the first time that India's most populous city has taken the top spot in Asia. Topping the 2024 Global Rich List for cities is New York, followed by London. In Asia, Mumbai, India's financial capital, moved ahead with 92 billionaires, according to Huron. Following close behind are Beijing and Shanghai. There are currently 3,279 billionaires globally, a 5% increase from 2023, the report showed.
According to the country ranking, China still tops the list with 814 billionaires even though the country lost 155 billionaires from a year ago. The US came in second with 800 billionaires, while India came in third with 271. China had a bad year, the research firm noted. Wealth creation in China has gone through deep changes these last few years, with the wealth of billionaires from real estate and renewables down. China's Zhang Shanshan, founder and chairman of bottled water giant Nongfu Spring, maintained his spot as China's richest person. The US, which added 109 billionaires in 2023, only has 14 billionaires fewer than China, according to Huron. Artificial intelligence was a significant driver for the increase in ultra-wealthy people in the US, the report showed.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen on Wednesday warned that China is treating the global economy as a dumping ground for its cheaper clean energy products, depressing market prices and squeezing green manufacturing in the U.S. China has a surplus of solar power, electric vehicles, and lithium-ion batteries that it can ship out to other countries at cheaper prices. That makes it difficult for the more adolescent green manufacturing industries of the U.S. and elsewhere to compete. Yellen said she intends to put pressure on Chinese officials about these trade practices during her upcoming visit to China.
I am concerned about global spillovers from the excess capacity that we are seeing in China, Yellen said during a speech at a Georgia solar company called Suniva. China's overcapacity distorts global prices and production patterns and hurts American firms and workers, as well as firms and workers around the world. The Secretary's concerns come as the White House tries to build a burgeoning clean energy industry domestically with investments from the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act, along with other legislation like the CHIPS and Science Act. Yellen has regularly touted the gains from these investments, including at another recent speech where she doubled down on the electric vehicle boom spurred by the IRA. But those investments are playing catch-up with China's government.
The green-finger broadcaster and author of raunchy novels has been a fixture on state television since 2022, albeit with the addition of a blurred effect from the waist down. By wearing jeans to potter about in Britain's gardens in his BBC TV series Garden Secrets, Titchmarsh, 74, fell foul of a North Korean ban on the garments, which the regime has forbidden since the early 1990s because they are seen as a symbol of U.S. imperialism. I never imagined that my programs would reach North Korea, but hopefully the common nature of British gardening will be well received there, he said at the time.
In an episode he aired on Monday and set in the gardens of the 17th-century Hatfield House in Hertfordshire, Titchmarsh can be seen kneeling in soil, the sleeves of his checked shirt rolled up, plant pots and pruning shears at the ready. His jeans, however, are blurred, though not enough to conceal the fact that he is wearing denim. North Korea's censors edit to 15 minutes each hour-long episode of the series, which was first shown in the UK in 2010, and mask Titchmarsh's commentary with North Korean narrators, as well as adding a soundtrack of instrumental music, according to the NK News website. The censoring of Titchmarsh's wardrobe is part of a campaign to shield North Koreans from the malign influence of Western culture that began under the former leader, Kim Jong-il.
The floating piece of wood that kept Titanic's Rose alive has been sold for $718,750 at auction. Ever since the release of the 1997 film, fans have wondered whether the panel was big enough to fit her love interest, Jack, as well, saving him from an icy death. The listing noted the prop has caused much debate from fans. The sale was made during an auction of props and costumes owned by restaurant and resort chain Planet Hollywood. In the blockbuster, the fictional Jack, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, insists the panel, part of a door frame, was only big enough for his lover Rose, played by Kate Winslet.
In a 2012 episode of Mythbusters, Titanic director James Cameron revealed he receives dozens of emails a day calling Rose selfish and Jack an idiot over the scene. But he put an end to the debate, saying Jack had to die according to the script. The prop, often mistaken for a door, was based on a complete piece of debris salvaged from the 1912 tragedy, according to Auctioneers Heritage Auctions. And addressing the debate over whether the panel could have accommodate both, the listing states, the prop measures approximately 8 feet long, 2.4 meters, and 41 inches, 1 meter, wide. Other props featured in the auction included the whip from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which sold for $525,000.
The answer for yesterday was C, surpassed. Her cooking was always good, but this time she had surpassed herself. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of Chinese smartphone giant Xiaomi taking on Tesla. Number 1. Comparison. 对比,相比. It's difficult to make a comparison with her previous book. They are completely different. Number 2. Indication. 表明,表示,显示,象征. There are clear indications that the economy is improving. Number 3. Reportedly. 据说,据报道,据传闻. The band have reportedly decided to split up. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune in to Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I will see you next time.